So, you can have the same problem develop for different reasons. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Like, so you could be breathing in the middle of your phrases, not because your breathing is not going well, but exactly what you're saying. You're distracted because you have too many other things to think about because you're memorizing the song.
Yes.
But in which case, doing these breathing exercises is not going to help. But
well, the only reason it would help is at the very end note is lack of air, because I've been intentional with at least trying to remember to breathe there, like at that one spot, because I know it's going to require a lot of air, and then it's still not enough. But like I said, it's because it's such a loud volume that I'm putting out so much.
Yes, yeah.
So
I'll kind of stand far away from you.
I don't know where you want me to stand.
You might want to be able to see your, at least your chest and your mouth and your tummy in the camera, and I'll try not to aim at you. My germs. Don't inhale towards in my direction. But, like, you should be practicing your breathing exercises regularly anyway. It's going to be helpful in some way, even if it doesn't fix these issues that I was specifically saying I'm concerned about right now for this song. But so we can start with the candle blow exercise. Oh, but actually the thing I really wanted to do first was the snake. Do you remember the snake? Have we done it before?
I'd be like, you kind of ran through it with me. I like parts of this week some because you ran through it with me last week.
Oh, good. Okay. So I'm just going to play this from my laptop since I can't play from my phone. This is 60 beats per minute on a metronome. And so we'll inhale down low on 1 second like this. And then on the next second, we'll start counting the seconds, and we'll make the tiniest exhale we can without ever actually holding our breath. So the air always has to be moving. But the goal is to make the air last as long as we can. And then I'll write down here how many seconds we get to. And so hopefully you'll see a release and a squeeze in your abdomen, but nothing here. Like that, because we just don't need it. So here we go, and in. I think that was 37. Were you counting?
I was like 30 something.
I think it was 37. I always think, oh, I'll write something down, which kind of will distract me from how awful doing breathing exercises is, and then I'll be like, oh no, I forgot to keep counting. Okay, so I like to do the snake first.
Okay.
Because then it can kind of serve as a barometer for improvement, hopefully. So I just wrote down 37 seconds. If you could write down, like, so this is 4:22. So, like, if this was a practice session, you could put the snake, and you could put 37 seconds. So, like, I'll be able to quickly see how this went for you this week. And then this next one I like to do after is sipping. Actually, I hate doing this so much. It's the worst thing you could ever do. But it really gets good results, so here we are. So we'll inhale. This is not the way you'll inhale when you're singing, but it's a good exercise. So we'll inhale and inhale all the way full, and you can hear even as I'm talking my voice sounds strained. So I'm going to try to fill up all the air I can into my lungs. Hold it for a sec, and then try to sip in another sip of air, hold it, and then exhale. Be careful, this one can make you feel dizzy, especially after having a baby. I don't know, like, I feel like forever more, because it's been like almost 2 years, and it's still, like, it makes me more dizzy than it did before having a baby. I swear it does. I don't know. It's my imagination, but so be careful if you start to feel dizzy, then like do say something about
Okay.
it to me. You don't have to like just keep going and fall over, which would be bad. So let's try one sip one. We fill all the way up. And then as we keep increasing the sipping, try not to let yourself take in less air with the first inhale.
Yeah, that's the problem is I don't think I'm taking it because I'm like, even when I take it more, I'm like, I know I could probably take it more.
Try to like totally max yourself out.
Yeah.
So here we go. Inhale. Again, this is not how you would ever breathe when you're singing. I feel like it gets more, everything's stretched out, so it's easier to get more air in when you are breathing the way you have to when you sing. Now let's try 3. So we inhale. Doing okay?
Yes.
And then we can try 4. We'll just go to 5 today. I can't seem to get past that anymore. But I used to do up to 15 somehow. I don't know. Like, I think I would pass out for real if I tried to do that now, but you could try going that far. So that's kind of nice to do, and then try the snake again.
Okay.
And we'll see. Yeah, do you feel dizzy?
No.
Okay, good.
Just me moving.
Okay. So we'll try the snake again, and we'll see if we get a different number or the same number. Okay. Ready? And in. Ooh, that was a hard one. 45. Wow. 8 seconds of improvement. So the sipping is worth it. Yet again. I hate it so much. But it works. Okay. And then let's try just a few candle blows. These would be the 3. You could just like alternate through. And if you could try to do like 10 minutes worth when you're practicing of just breathing and see what effect you get from that, you should notice like a marked improvement. Oh, and with the snake, try to get up to 60 seconds at home.
Okay.
If you can get to 60 seconds when you're practicing and you do it that day before you perform, you should be able to hit every long duration note and make through every phrase. That's what I've experienced anyway. So now let's try a few candle blows. So we'll inhale like this. Pretty intense squeezing of the abdominal wall to push the air out like you're trying to blow out a candle across the room. Inhale. Release your tummy to inhale like you walked into a surprise party. So that's just 3 breathing exercises. And of course, with the surprise party breath inhale, I have like a whole playlist of that and the candle blow one. Like, there's so much to say about all of that. So you could watch those if you wanted to, and you can also like go through the breathing exercise playlist where there's a bunch more if this isn't enough to like fill the 10 minutes. But
we're gonna be lucky if I remember to do it.
Well, this video will be right underneath your song, and it will remind you of every good thing. Okay, so now let's try the song again and see. You should notice the difference.